tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night. I said let me stay a while. 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 I said let me stay a No, I don't need a degree to know this ain't love at first sight. 'Cause I know how this works, I got my ABCs right. Oh, so let's play pretend. Say you'll be the one for me. Say you'll be the one for me forever. I know this will end tonight, but you'll be the one for me. Say you'll be the one for me. It's been so long since I got so close to someone. I know this ain't love, but let me stay a while. And pull me closer tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night. I said let me stay a while. 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 I said let me stay a
Hello everybody, and welcome to a new map on Farming Simulator. This is actually the first time I've streamed on Twitch as well, so if you've come along to watch on Twitch, welcome along. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream just now. But yeah, this is Upper Lusatia. I've just loaded this map. I've just installed it and loaded it. So this is all the standard equipment that we have. I don't know much else about this map. I've never played it before. I don't know where anything is or anything like that. It looks like we have some cows to take care of. Bit of grass in the shed here. Looks like they have. Let's actually have a look. Looks like an alright map. We have a few decent fields. We're going to try and run this as a sort of somewhat realistic style of series. So we're not going to use the money cheat at all in this one. The reason I'm doing this one instead of rebuilding Goldcrest Valley is there's a map issue that I'm working through, so it's going to be unavailable for a couple of days. Hi there, Twisted. How are you doing tonight? But yeah, we've got quite a good few fields. Big field up here, field 24 up here. Some half decent machines. Yeah, it's not terrible. Had worse starts. Let's see. Got some crop in storage as well. We've got 5 sheep, 10 pigs, and 15 cows. They're all fully looked after. That's a bonus. I'll turn my HUD on. We are running seasons. I've not even set it up, so I'll do that just now. I want 3-day seasons and I want Celsius. And for this, we want money cheat off, we want mouse wheel off, muscle mode off, screenshot mode on. Real clock will turn off because it gets in the way. We have snow. Lovely. That's a good way to start. Hi there, Rotten Gaming. How are you doing tonight? And Skull Gamer, how are you doing? Let's see, what else do I need to set up here? I need to set up the help window needs to go off. Go pounds because why not? Dirt to fast. Fuel usage to default. Everything else needs to be off. Periodic ploughing on. Fertilizer stage 3. There we go. That's a better start. That's how we want things. Hi there, Jack. How are you doing tonight? Now, we're going to make exceptions of the realism. We are going to do things like tabbing into vehicles and things like that just because I don't know my way about, so... But there's a tractor here. A terrible little Hurleyman. Absolutely rubbish tractors these, but what can you say? Let's have a little look around the farm, see what is where. There's the New Holland and all our grass cutting equipment. We don't need any of that just now. Got a case there, half decent sized case. That's where we came from. There's our plough, cultivator and tiny seeder, and the dolly trailer. The dolly trailer will need to be replaced. Let's see. Now you will have to excuse my my ability to see the chat today. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. It's difficult to keep up with both chats, but I will do my best. What I need to do is I need to have a look at the plough. What kind of plough is it we have? 120 horsepower it needs. I don't think the Hurleyman has anywhere near that. We'll get the case onto the plough. We can only have 2 hired workers at a time, which I think is only fair. It looks like we have a spreader under there. Nice big case, 1455 XL. I do like these tractors. I get to use them very often. But if there's anything specific that you'd like to see in this series, let me know. I'd be more than happy to try and accommodate that. We have a field right here. That's quite a big field. Let's see if we can start with a bit of a smaller field. Field 11 is slightly smaller. Let's go over to field 11. Let's try and find our way over to field 11. That's quite a hill. Didn't see that coming. Big bud. You'd like to see a big bud in this series. I tell you what, as soon as I can afford one, I will definitely get one. I think Nightbot's maybe set to be a little bit too frequent, but I do not have a Nightbot actually working, which is a bonus. Oh, there's one of those magic hedges there, Josie, and I didn't build this map, so it's not my fault this time. Right, let's lower this. I think it's a 3-meter plough or something, it's quite small. Yeah, I'm missing loads here. I'm actually going to get this onto a hired worker. I'll let them do this. Because, yeah, I'll just get this onto a hired worker. We're gonna, wow, that's an orange truck. We're gonna get in the Hurleyman. I'm sure I've seen a slurry spreader somewhere. I'm gonna get on with telehandler joisted. That's, I'm not sure that would fit into the realistic side of things. I'm sure I've seen a slurry spreader somewhere. We've got animals, so we should have some slurry. I should probably check before I get too involved in actually doing this. Yeah, we've got a bit of liquid manure. I just need to find the spreader. I think that's the water trailer. I'm sure we had one. Let's see. We've got a manure spreader. Oh, we do have a slurry spreader. Where is that? Let's see. Way over in the corner behind us. I think I'll at some point will have to give telehandler joisting a shot. As soon as we can afford them. Now, there's a solid manure, or the manure. Where would I get liquid manure from? That is a question. Never used this map before. I like the racking system though. Maybe around the back here somewhere. Hi there, Steve. How are you doing tonight? No, it's not here. There's a random guy in his boat there. I like the fact you gotta drive through a river, that's always nice. There's there. How'd I miss that? Nice feature, have an outhouse on it. Thanks for that, Jack. Hopefully I will see you again on another stream. Let's go and get some slurry from the pigs as well, because 48% of slurry is not going to get us very far. There's over there. I spotted it early on this time. See if we can at least get one actual slurry tanker. On you go. There we go, that's not too bad. We will fertilise this field here. I have no idea how big this spreading width is on this slurry tank. I've never used it. Not very by the looks of it, but it'll do. See how far we get. Now, if you have just joined the streams and you're wondering where my usual Friday stream is, my Goldcrest Valley stream, I'm having some serious issues with the map. I'm actually going to have to completely rebuild it. I don't know what happened. I had a weird lighting thing happen, so I'm going to have to rebuild that again. So it's probably going to be a week or so before it returns, unfortunately. But it will be back, so don't worry about that. It will be back, and I will try and do it as close to the same as I can, but maybe with slightly less trees around the farm. But that's going to take a good bit of work to get that going again. But I think we should run this a bit quicker for a little while. We'll see how times 15 does us. I want to get a couple of things done. We only have 3 days per season. So I do want to get a couple of things done in each day, so I will slow the time down a little bit if I need to. I would just should probably not play with the stream settings while I'm spreading slurry, because I don't exactly have enough to finish this field. But we'll do what we can with slurry. But for those of you who aren't aware and aren't currently over there just now, I'm streaming this with a program called Restream, which gives me the ability to stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So that is what I'm doing. So you will now be able to watch my streams on any service you prefer. I'm making a mess of this. We're almost out of slurry in this tanker as well. I don't think this is a multi-fruit map. It'd be nice if it was. I know Oakfield Farm is a multi-fruit map and we'd have like some millet and oats and things like that. But I'm not sure that this one is. There we go. We're out. Do we have any... Let's see, we've got a couple of grass fields. Field 11's getting there. Do I have any more slurry? Got a bit. A little bit. But if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget that you can hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and that like button, and you can hit the follow button if you're over on Twitch. I am going to, in the future, be streaming to both services. Whenever I do any stream, it will be on both services. So don't worry about missing anything. And I also archive all my streams on YouTube as well, so if you do miss anything, you can head over to YouTube, and there is going to be live stream archives for everything. There is already all the previous archives for rebuilding Goldcrest Farm. I don't really have enough. Maybe be able to tidy up the mess I made in the field. Not sure what to make of this map yet, if I'm being honest. What do you guys think of this map so far? I think it's not the usual kind of map I'd go for, to be honest. But is this a map that you'd like to see in a series? Would you like to see more of this map, or do you think this is just going to be a one-off? What do you guys think? You just get to decide that kind of thing. The other thing that's worth noting, when I do go back to Goldcrest Farm, I will be going back there with seasons on. So, an overview of the map. I will do a little tour of the map once I've done a little bit more of this field. Once this slurry spreader is empty, I'll jump in the bright orange truck and we'll go and see this map together, because I haven't even looked around it myself yet. The air temperature just now is -1 Celsius, the ground temperature is 4 Celsius. Now we do need to get our arable fields planted in spring, which we only have 3 days. We are going to need to get that done as soon as possible. There's nothing quite like multitasking, is there, Twisted? Let's see, we'll do a little bit more down here. We've only got 4% in the spreader, we're not going to get far with that. take the edge off this corner a little bit. There we go. Now, I've never streamed Farming Simulator with seasons on before, so for those of you who haven't seen it, in winter the snow will actually lie on the ground. He's getting on with that. Here is our truck. Oh, speaking of snow, that's exactly what we need. That's going to make life really difficult. Can't see the road or anything. Yeah, this is the map in the snow. It will melt off relatively quickly, to be fair. And we'll probably do another little tour of the map once the snow's cleared. But this appears to be the town. I'm not supposed to be in this bit. I'm supposed to go around the corner here. I'm just guessing where the roads are here. This is a nice bit of terrain here. Oh dear. That's why you should never speed along an icy road. So it looks like there is a big concrete patch here for some reason I'm not entirely sure. One of our fields is right there. And both sides of this actually. There's the field that is being ploughed just now. You see the plough is magically making the snow disappear. Because of course it is. This field behind the fence here is the big grass field. We own it as well. That's, I'm assuming, where we sell the wool. Through the roadworks, I think. I think that's the way we're supposed to go. Vehicle shop is to our left. There is other traffic on the road, that's good to know. Here's the vehicle shop. New Holland shop. It's not terrible. Got another placeable area up here. There's a sell point and where we can get fuel from as well, and then a placeable area in there. Don't think we have to buy it. We have the map boundary there as well though. This is a smaller map than Goldcrest Farm, but it's not bad. It's not tiny. Fields seem to be about medium size, which is not bad. We could sell eggs there. Yeah, I'm guessing with these roads here. So, yeah. It's a nice looking map terrain-wise. We will do another little look around it when it's not covered in snow, but it has started raining, which will make the snow disappear very quickly. Looks like there's another farm up there. We need to go this way. Not up the hill like that. That's not. Oh, I'm making a mess of this. Field 11 barley. Is that on this map there, Twisted? Are you playing this map as well? Oh dear. There's another placeable area here. A few other fields dotted about. We'll have a look at the map a bit better once we've let the snow clear. I think that's the best thing to do. See what the farm looks like in snow, so it gives a little sneak peek as to what it looks like. It'll be much thicker with snow in winter though. Poor cows. The thing I like about snow is we can quickly go and jump in the... I'm in the wrong shed, where is it? The New Holland. Jump into New Holland, see if we can get this done before the snow completely clears. It's over here, where is it? There it is. Now we can pick up the shovel, or the scoop if you prefer. And we can clear the snow. The sun has gotten very bright all of a sudden. But you can plough the snow, and you can have great big piles of it as well if you so choose to. Like, for example, we now have a bucket full of snow. So if I tip that out there, that snow will take longer to melt than the rest. That's one of our winter jobs that we'll have to do. But let's actually put the New Holland to some work, shall we? Where am I going here? I need to go and find the cow manure pile. It's over here, there's not much in it. Not even sure if we're going to get a full bucket full here. Yeah, a quarter of a bucket. Fair enough. There are greenhouses for us to look after, not 100% sure where. There's our sheep there, not sure where the wool goes over there, fair enough. We're having technical difficulties today, are you, Twisted? Over a couple of chickens. Let's pick up some more manure from the pigs. They had even less. We do need to find these greenhouses. I know we have them. I just have no idea where. It says in the top left-hand corner, the greenhouse condition. But it doesn't tell me where the greenhouses are. Oh, there you go. Snow melted very quickly. Right, on second thought, we'll not do this just now, not until I find the greenhouses. I will just tip the manure in here for now. To go and get the cultivator, get to work with that. What technical difficulties are you having, Twisted? There's that tiny little cultivator. I think this is the right way down to field 11. So there's a bit of free grass there we could maybe make use of once it grows. I like the texture of the gravel here. maybe had a front way on this. New cultivated texture as well, actually. Kind of like that. Now, I'm not worried about the little bits and pieces like that the hired worker is missing. I will make do with that. I've had worse. But we'll get this field nicely cultivated and out of the way, ready for seeding. Not sure if we have a direct seed drill. That would speed things up quite a bit. That's absolutely amazing, guys. 10 likes on YouTube already. Let's you may notice I don't have my sub counter on anymore. The reason for that is I need to actually add a second one that covers Twitch as well. But I'll work that out hopefully for Monday's live stream. Let's line ourselves up a bit nice here. We're catching up with the case there. That's alright, Steve. It's the exact same stream on Twitch as you're watching just now. I'm using a restream to stream to both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. Hi there, Annie. How are you doing tonight? I am not too bad. A little bit stressed out with the issues I've been having today. And my original intention was to obviously continue our Goldcrest farm stream. That didn't really, I ended up not being able to happen due to technical difficulties with the map I've been creating. And then I thought I'd maybe do Shamrock Valley, which is a very popular new map, but it wouldn't load for whatever reason. I'm having nothing but trouble with Farming Simulator today. So I thought I'd give this map a go. And if I'm being honest, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this map. I didn't have particularly high hopes for it. It's difficult to just pick a map at random and it be any good, but this one actually is. I'm quite pleased with this map so far. So this can be, if this chooses to be a popular map among you guys, then I can maybe run a realistic seasons series, or semi-realistic seasons series with this map. I've currently got it set to 3 days per season, so that there is only 3 days of spring. Now with seasons there are kind of rules. You have to plant your crop at a certain time, otherwise it won't grow. And you can only harvest it at a certain time as well. So that does mean that you're not getting 6 crops out of a field a year. You will only get at most 2 crops a year, which I think is a little bit better. It'd be nice to get this field seeded in this in-game day. That would be quite nice, I think. We do have to wait for a bit of slurry to come in to finish our other fields, but it's nice that we already start with animals as well. That's a bonus. But we're not going to use the money cheat at all, so if we run out of money, we run out of money. We'll have to find things to make money, in the likes of forestry. There is a mod out there that I may get, where you can collect the snow in winter and then sell it to a water plant. Bit of a weird concept, but it gives you the option. They buy the water off you, and they also sell you the water back really cheap as well. Well, it's nice having some smaller equipment, if I'm being honest. We are going to want to upgrade all of our equipment at some point, but only when money allows us to do so. I may go ahead and replace the Hurleyman with an MB track though. And the MB track is relatively cheap, and it has more power than the Hurleyman. So that's something we might do, if that's what you want to see. I personally like MB tracks, but you guys have to like it as well. This is going along nice and quickly. I am catching up with the plough though. Hopefully he can get to that shorter edge of the field before I catch up with him. For likes of selling equipment and things like that, we will take it to the shop to sell it. I don't mind tabbing between vehicles just now until we get to know the map a bit, but I'd like to keep it to a minimum. And I don't want to teleport any vehicles about anywhere, so if we can avoid it, I'd like to not have to like reset any vehicles or use TARDIS teleport or anything like that. But you guys may notice that Nightbot is a new feature to the chat. What do you guys think of having Nightbot in there? The idea behind it was hopefully make Josie's life a little bit easier. As you can see, Nightbot now takes care of putting up the links every now and again. Save Josie having to do that one. If you're interested, there is also links to everything that Nightbot is saying down in the description from my Discord, Twitch, Twitter. I do need to add YouTube to that. I agree as well. It's actually set to 5-minute intervals, but I think it's coming through quicker than that. But I will have a look at that after this stream. Get that kind of sorted out for you. So how has everyone's week gone so far, and does anyone have any plans for the weekend? Apparently Nightbot has plans for the weekend. don't mind if the plough misses bits and pieces, but I don't really want to miss much with the cultivator. If I get too close to the plough, I'll go and get that little strip up there that I've missed. There will also be the somewhat mandatory pink tractor on this farm at some point as well. I can't do without the pink tractor. It was a very bad week for weather, Annie. I will take your word for that, Josie. I didn't have time to research the map at all. But that is certainly believable. I'm not running any kind of geo mod for seasons. So it's just a basic seasons I'm running. There you go, Josie. All that always coming through with useful facts. Now here's another surprise for everyone. Didn't you used to live in Germany, Josie? Ah, missed another bit. We've already spent 500. So that's worrying. 500 quid to work a field. What was it like living in Germany? Go get another couple of rows on the go, and then I'll go and get the bits I've missed, so that I'm not too close to the plough. I shouldn't really have been able to catch him up too quickly, because he is that plough is 3 meters, and so is this cultivator. That is understandable, Josie. I'm not the biggest fan of the city living myself. I missed another little bit there. The other thing I'd like to do with this map, it's not particularly practical to do just now, but I'd like to do natural fertilizers as much as possible. We're struggling for natural fertilizers just now, so we are going to have to fertilize these fields artificially, using chemicals and the likes. But not for any particular reason other than I think it will add another challenging aspect. I have to use manure and slurry spreaders instead of sprayers and fertilizing wagons. I think that would be quite cool to do. With this texture, the ground looks quite sandy. Quite a lot of sand to that texture. Now at night I will speed time up a bit at night. I can't speed it up quite as much as I did on Goldcrest Farm because it makes seasons have a senior moment, and things go very, very weird if you speed time up too quick. But we will somewhat speed time up, and we will probably continue to work through the night a bit as well, where possible. We'll get this row done, and then we'll go and tidy up the bits we've missed in the field, and then we'll come back and let the plough continue. So yeah, I'm going slightly quicker than him. Ever so slightly quicker than him. What I'm actually going to have to do is move him over to the other side of the field and get him going with that. Yeah, right. Let's get these bits that we've missed. Just because it gives us something to do. What map is it you are playing there, Twisted? Quite a hill in this field that I never noticed. Let's jump in the Hurleyman. How is our slurry looking? I've got a little bit, but not enough. Where are we just now? Let's leave the slurry tanker over here somewhere. That's a cedar. That's what we're looking for. Fertilizer spreader under here. This is where a bit of money is going to disappear as we magically fill this up. And we'll get this started over here in field 11 so that we can get the cedar on the go too. I do like this map, it's got nice little features. Right, the little guy fishing and things like that, I like that. We do have 3 fertilizing stages. American Outback, that is a pretty awesome map. That's a pretty sizable map. You have your work cut out working the fields on that map there, Twisted. We'll get maybe about half of this field done, and then try and get the cedar over here. We're already starting to lose light. as it stands right now, having this layer of fertilizer in here is giving us a 40% boost to our crop. Can you remove timeouts, Josie? I'm not sure if you can do that. I have had to add a bit of chat filter in, more than I usually would, given that we're going across multiple streaming platforms. I need to make sure I stay within the rules of both. That's it's probably the best way to do it. Just keep plodding away with the map. It will all get done eventually. Actually, it looks like the plough is more or less done. I'm not worried about missing the odd bit and piece of fertilizer, because I mean it's only fertilizer. As long as it covers the majority of the field, I'll be happy with that. Right, we will turn this off here. Tractor doesn't even have beacons. It's terrible. This one does. I do love a set of beacons. I completely came out of the field there. I was too busy looking at Twitch there. Actually, I should probably just turn this off for a second, jump in the case, get the case to go and pick up the seeder, and probably drop the plough off at our other field actually. More beacons. Do love beacons. I'll have to find out how much field 10 costs. That would be a handy one to buy once we have a bit of money on the go. Front end of the tractor was bouncing all over the place there. So I am just going to leave this right there, next to the field. That's the next field it's going to be used in. Let's go pick up the seeder. What crop should we put in field 11, guys? Should it be wheat, barley, soybeans, canola? I'll let you guys decide that one while I try and figure out where the seed is kept. I assume it's around here next to the fertilizer. Maybe not. There's over there, in fact. 750 litres is all that this tiny little seeder can take. But it's what we've got for now, so we're just going to have to make do with it. We'll be working by tractor lights very soon by the looks of it. And we already have them on, but it's going to get very dark. Oh, it crashed into New Holland. Wheat, barley... oh, we'll do... oilseed rape then. I've done that in a long time actually. Otherwise known as canola, in case you're wondering. I'm on the wrong side of the field. What am I doing over here? It's supposed to be over the other side. Right, get that on to another AI. We need to very quickly jump back in this. Made a bit of a mess of that one. We need to get this cultivating finished and fertilising finished. Right. It is quite difficult to see in the dark. It's easier for me to see than it is for you guys. I can actually see there's like a little stream in front of us. I can see that relatively clearly. It doesn't really pick up too well while streaming, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I will increase time to 60 times speed. That will get us through the night fairly quick. If you have just come along to the stream, then welcome along. Come and say hello in the various chats that are available. And let me know what you think. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying this stream, hit that like button. And that subscribe button too, if you want to be kept up to date with future streams and videos. And if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hit that follow button. I will stream on both Twitch and YouTube going forward from today. And if you have just joined us on Twitch and you'd like to watch maybe an older stream, you can head over to YouTube and take a look at my stream archive. All my streams get saved into archive playlists for your viewing pleasure if you're not able to watch it all or you just want to catch up. We're almost done this, so we'll do 2 more passes and we can get back to fertilising. The way the fertiliser works in this game is you can only fertilise once per growth stage, and it classifies the likes of the field being ploughed as a growth stage, cultivated being another, and seeded being a third. So you can, in theory, fully fertilise your field right after you put the seed in, or you can do it at the various growth stages, up until the point where the crop is ready to harvest. So we're already going to have 1 on this. We'll probably fertilise it over the top of the seed as well, and then we'll only have to do it once more once the crop starts growing through summer. Last row. we have just fully prepped our first field. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave the New Holland sitting right here so that we can use the lights off it for the field while we go and jump in the Hurleyman. I don't recommend that you spread fertilizer in a field in the dark. Massey Ferguson 7726, Combine New Holland 1098, trail out Johnson. That's a good combination there, Twisted. I can't argue with that combination at all. Do you have the New Holland 1098 with the tracks, or have you opted to have it with wheels? Wouldn't mind getting a Massey Ferguson for this map. The in-game one, so it'll be with the tracks, I believe. There's a mod version of it that you can you get options for it. You can even change the colour of it if you choose. Well, the case is already getting a good few hours on it anyway. There we go, 14 grand off of the milk. That's not bad for one day. That's giving us a little bit of money back anyway. John Deere, I think it's the S670 off the top of my head. I think that's the one that you can, well, the most commonly available John Deere combine mod that gives you the option for what wheels are on it. I think I have that one too. For those of you who are wondering how many mods I actually have, according to the last time I checked, I had 572 different mods for this game. Which is just a few. Now let's go take this tiny little Hurleyman back to the farm. Oh, that fence has got no collision on it. It's good to know. S650 John Deere. I was pretty close. I think I have that. Not 100% sure, but I think I have it. Park this back in the shed. We'll try and keep this yard a bit cleaner than we did Goldcrest Farm. Not sure if we have a pressure washer. And Helper L is getting on with it. We will have to tidy up after them. I just noticed there we have bales already on the farm, which is nice. Give us something to feed the animals. That's a nice start for an in-game seasons. Hi there, Owen. How are you doing tonight? I'm stuck on the fence. There we go. The cultivator away as well. We'll go and we're staying in New Holland, I think, and we'll go and see if we can get some more slurry. I'll not try and drive through that tiny little gap there, it's not meant to be driven through, I don't think. Let's check on our animals. It looks like we need to clean the pigs, that's no surprise. The cows need... the cows are going to need some looking after. How much slurry do we have? The cows are producing a reasonable amount. Let's go and load up rest of the, well, not rest of the tanker because it's empty. So we're going to try and fill the tanker. I don't think we will be able to fill it, but we'll give it our best shot. That will not get us very far, so we will just leave that there. Let's oh, that was a weird glitch thing that happened there when I came through the gate. Let's clean the cows up a bit. Not sure if those bales are real bales or pretend bales. Let's go and do the same with the pigs because they're quite dirty. Pigs need cleaned all the time. Where would we clean the pigs out? Right here. That's not that bad. It's not letting me tip it. Why is that? Well, what I'll do for now is I will just leave this right there. Let's have a little look here. We need to give the cows water as a matter of urgency. And grass. We don't have any grass. Silage or hay and power food. Let's slow the time back down again then. Work on giving them power food first. I'll leave that there because we need to switch over to the bale fork. I am liking this rack system. It's very handy, very tidy. Now, if you're not sure how to give the cows total mixed rations, I have done a tutorial video on how to do that, so you can head over to my channel on YouTube and check that out. Right, it goes into how to look after cows, as well as how to give them total mixed rations. It's easier with the different front loader, but this one will do. It's what we've got. Can't afford to replace it just yet. Well, actually we probably could, but we don't necessarily need to. See if I can get 2 bales at the same time. Oh, I've made a mess. Could really be doing with a rear weight on this. Probably be beneficial not to do this on the front edge of the mixing wagon as well. There we go, 1,600 litres, or 16,000 litres should I say, of total mixed rations. That should keep them happy for a little while. On the wrong side, let's change that. So it's coming out the proper side. I don't think they're going to take all of this, but we'll see. I'll just let that fill up completely. No, it took more than we had. Well, we're going to fill it up again. The easiest way to work out how much of what to give them is having it in bale form. 2 hay bales and 2 silage bales I find is the best ratio. If you have straw, you can give them 2 hay bales and 1 silage bale and 1 straw bale, if you prefer. But it really is 6 1/2 dozen. Oh, I'm not very good at reversing with the bale on the front. In fact, I will do it the way with the straw this time so you can see it. Like I said, I do explain all of this in my cow tutorial video on YouTube. I got a mess of these bills. We are going to have to worry about bills soon, actually. Oh dear. That's not something you want to do. Strictly speaking, as long as the ratios are in the middle, in the green, then you can give them it. But this time we'll give them a straw bale as well. As you can see, it still counts as TMR, or total mixed rations. And here we'll give them that, which is good if you have more straw bales than you do silage bales. It's more often the case. Now, they're not going to take all of this time. I'm not sure if these are real bales. I don't think they are. There we go. That'll feed them for 3 days. We have a look at this. They still need grass and water. We can't give them grass because we don't have any grass bales, but we can give them water. Try and park this back in the shed where it belongs. Try being the keyword. This map even lets us start with the wooden wagon, which is very nice. Let's get some get some water. Got 23% left in the seeder. Doesn't look like he's got massive amounts left to do. I don't know if we can fill up from here. Would be very handy if we could. We can, look at that, we can fill up from a water source. That's always a nice thing when that happens. Not sure if we can actually get that grass cut yet. Filling up from a water source is, of course, free. Which is very, very handy. We just need to find out where we're supposed to give them the water. Usually it's in the field, but in this case... it's in the field. There's a little cattle grid to get in. This will keep them going for another 3 days, well, 3 days for water. And it's just grass they need, which we can give them tomorrow. And their productivity is, well, their health, which replaces productivity, is 82%, which is not bad. Try and not run over cows this time. Because we know how much Jose loves us running over cows. Park the water trailer up in this little shed here. It doesn't look like it's going to be much use for anything else really, so it can sit in there. Let's go and get some more liquid manure. It's helped a little bit. We'll go and do some of that. Over on field 9, get a little bit more of that done. They might well just do that, Josie, you never know. We should be able to get at least one row done here. Maybe two. As before, I'm not overly worried about missing the odd little bit here and there. Like we've missed a little strip there and just a little bit over the edge of the field there that we don't have done, but that's fine. It's only fertilizer. It'd be nice to get some solid manure on the go as well. Hopefully we make it to the end here before we run out. Just come around here and we almost made it. I'd say Slayer Spreader is surprisingly clean for the amount that's been used so far. This is not going to get put away until it's finished working that field. Leave that there. Let's turn the beacons off on this. He's not got enough seeds to finish this field, unfortunately. So we will just keep an eye on him for a few minutes and When he runs out, we'll go and refill it and get back to work. And there he is. I'm not sure if we can actually get the first cut done on the grass yet. I'm going to check the map. Let's have a look here. It is actually ready to harvest, so we might get some grass cutting done next. We do need some straight up grass, and we also need some, we're going to need to start working towards getting some hay as well. And we are going to need to put some crops in the ground that will give us straw, so I think field 9 is going to have to be wheat or barley, just so that we have the ability to get straw. I kind of feel like that header should actually be indoors, but that's just my opinion. So what do we think, guys? Should we go ahead and get an MB track? Is that something you guys would like to see on the farm to maybe replace the Hurleyman? Or do we keep hold of the Hurleyman and get an MB track anyway? Not entirely sure how much they cost, but they're not overly expensive. 30,000. So we would probably need to get rid of the... We'll probably need to get rid of the Hurleyman. So should we get an MB track? What do you guys think? You're cutting the grass in the morning, are you, Twisted? Before we get this back on a hired worker, I'm going to do this a little bit. I'm actually going to do the 2 little bits. And it shouldn't take them too long to finish it off. You're doing it today. Oh, we definitely don't want any patch of the field that's not seeded. That is very, very wasteful. I'll just go over to where he left off and carry on. Looks like we're able to actually get all of this in almost one pass. Let's hire a worker from this point on. Turn the beacons off on this now. But he wants the beacons on. Okay. That is quite a map, Twisted. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to detach the front loader on this. So we don't need it attached all the time. It's not in there. It's in here, I think. It is. Nice twin moor setup we've got here. Not quite as big as I usually like them, but we can work with that. let's head over to, I think, let's go to field 28. Because, why not, basically. Right, let's unfold and lower both of these. Turn them both on. This tractor does not have enough power for this. Which is actually quite surprising, I thought it would. This may be a job for the case. We're 1 mile an hour. Oh, we made it to 2 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a job for the case, otherwise we're going to be here all day doing the headland on this field. But it looks like the case is almost done, so we'll continue on until the case is done, and then we'll swap tractors. I think for this field we will let it dry out actually. John Deere self-propelled mower. I am guessing you're quite a fan of John Deere, Twisted? I personally like the self-propelled Krone Big M. Quite fond of that one. Yeah, this is taking way too long. Need to check what kind of horsepower this tractor has. Clearly not enough. Is we will just detach that one there, detach that one there. Park the little New Holland there. Let's check while we're waiting on that. How much horsepower does our New Holland have? 125. That's not a good sign. Off on this now. Oh, that's going to be a problem. This doesn't have a 3-point linkage on the front. Not to worry. Let's quickly run back to the farm, see if we can get a 3-point linkage on it. It's going to cost us a bit of money. If we can even do it, that is. But we will certainly try. Not sure if the workshop's inside or outside. I'm going to say outside. Let's customize it. No, we can't. Okay. Let's go and sell it. A big tractor like this with no front 3-point is not much useful. I can't stick with the front weight because I need to attach the other mower to it. So I need a 3-point linkage on the front as well. Where is the vehicle shop? In the other direction. So we'll sell this and we'll pick up something with comparable power or more. With the 3-point linkage on the front as well. sheds all over the place. There's the greenhouses there. See, I knew we had greenhouses. There. We need to get them working as soon as possible. I think it's this way. It is. Oh, wrong side of the road there. That's a very big field there. It's one of ours, actually. Pedestrians. The shop is just up the road here on the left. Let's see how much we'll get for this. Apparently we can't sell it. There we go. Sell it for 77,000. Let's get a new tractor. Let's see, what can we get? We could always get the fast track, but it's quite expensive. How much power does this have with a better engine? It's tempting. 75 grand, it's slightly cheaper and it's more power. Where does it put them? There it is. Nice MB track. Do love an MB track. This is the 1100 intercooler one. 175 horsepower. And I had to get it with the beacon light on the top, which we should probably have on, given that we're driving through a town. Now this doesn't seem to have a front 3-point linkage on it, but I'm sure it does. Let's take a little shortcut. What I'll do is I'll double check that it has a 3-point linkage on the front. It does. It's just a hidden one. Now let's head over to the field and get the rest of this grass cutting done. Yeah, that's actually the main reason why I like this tractor, Josie. I think it makes an amazing sound. It's actually one of these tractors I'm looking at actually getting in real life. I think they're pretty cool old tractors. Let's turn that mower on. This should have no problem doing this. Yeah, that's much better. A lot quicker than the New Holland was doing it. It's not going to take us very long to do this field at all. I'm not even going to try and go into that corner. I've learned my lesson from Old Crest Farm not to go into corners like that. I'm going to go around the field the other way. A bit more precise doing it this way. In theory. Just need to learn how to drive, that's all. We actually made a profit out of that tractor change, which is a good thing. An upgrade and money back. Best kind of deal. It's obviously not as quick as some of the bigger machines that we're used to using on Goldcrest Farm, but it's getting the job done. I think a lot of our income is going to come from our grass fields this year, from doing silage bales, so we will need to buy a round bale wrapper. I'm not sure if we have one, I've not seen one. Hopefully we have one. We will hopefully have a baler as well, that would be very useful. If you are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button, or the follow button if you're over on Twitch. I stream at least 3 times a week when the weather will allow me to do so. Let's see if we can get to, let's say, 17 likes tonight, guys, over on YouTube. That would be absolutely amazing if we could achieve that. This field, we'll let this field dry out for a day. We're not going to do anything with it just now. It does need the day to dry out. Whereas with seasons, that is actually a thing. You actually need to let your grass dry and your silage bales ferment, which I think is a nice feature to have. Although technically you can wrap grass bales as silage bales. They're not as good quality. It's always better to do silage that's on dry grass. Made short work of this field having the better tractor on it. Nightbot has just put up a chat on YouTube with all of my social media links on it, so feel free to check those out. If you're watching on Twitch, you can you can look in the stream description and it should be there. That's where I asked it to be put, so hopefully that's where it is. Let's if I'm being honest, I'm going to be more than likely using this setup, this MB track more than any other tractor. I'm not going to put these away for now, because they are going to be needed again, not in this stream, but in the next one, as well as some off-camera work I'm going to do. So no point putting those away. Let's see how we're doing for slurry now. I need the slurry to hurry up and finish. That's concerning, actually. Okay, plan B. Plan B is, of course, let's get some manure on the go. Now, I do have a manure mod, which makes this very interesting. You hold this miles away. I can take the cedar back, actually. It will make spreading manure different. But this grass does need to dry a bit on this side, and then we'll ted it, dry it on the other side, and then windrow it, and see if we have a baler to bale it up. Let's put the... Well, actually, we'll go and put the cedar away, because we're not going to need it just now. I will finish field 9 off camera, just so it's done and out of the way. And I'll probably put barley in it, because that will give us some straw as well as an arable crop. I need to double check that we don't have another arable field. Grass field, grass field, grass field. 2 arable fields. What fields are ours? Field 9, field 11. Now there are only 2 arable fields, so that's not great. So we'll need to look at buying some fields as soon as possible. I need the bucket back on the New Holland as well for manhandling some manure. To have a wrapped bale handler there as well. Let's load up the manure wagon with as much as we can. Oops. To be honest, the truck we may get rid of. I don't see us necessarily needing that. See, that's 23% per bucket. And we're not going to get very far with what we have, but we'll give it a shot. Just going to leave the New Holland there. 43%. It'll be something to put in the field. Now, I have a manure mod. I've never used it before, so it'll be interesting to see what it does to the ground. Now, apparently, spreading manure on a field will change the ground texture, and then if we plough or cultivate it in, it apparently counts as 2 fertilising stages. It is actually changing the ground texture. It's just very difficult to see on this map because it's similar to the ground texture. There's a very subtle difference there. Combination of slurry and manure in this field. Double check that that's actually counting as a fertilising stage. It is, that's a bonus. And it's coming out slower than slurry as well. 20 likes, that's absolutely amazing, guys. Thanks to everyone who has liked this video so far. It's very much appreciated. If you are new to the channel and you're enjoying these streams, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. and that way you are notified whenever I go live. See if we can maybe get one more pass out of this. I've got my doubts. Suppose we do have manure from the pigs as well. How much manure does the pigs have? They have next to none. Okay. Well, we're going to take this manure spreader back over to the shed that he came out of, and I guess we'll start ploughing. Not going to be able to finish ploughing, but we can make a start to it. I do like the MB track. One of my favourite older style tractors. And that sound though, that sound is absolutely just awesome. I'm just going to get a bit of ploughing done before we end the stream. I'm actually tempted to plough over the bit of that manure there and see what it does. See if it does count as a second fertilising stage. Supposedly, if you spread manure and then plough or cultivate it in, is supposed to, you know, be worked into the ground and count as a second stage. Makes sense to me, but we'll see if that's actually how it works. We'll just do a little bit of it. A little patch, if you will. Not massively a realistic thing to do, but it's just to see if it works. We will plough over this patch, probably. Right, let's see on the map if that's how it's showing up. It is actually. See a little bit of darker blue there, it means that it is counting as a second fertilising stage. That's good news. This is this has 2 on it as well. It's only been done once. And this is fertilised too, that's a bit unusual. I'll take it. There are a couple minutes left on the stream here, so let's get a bit of ploughing done in the MB track. Let's get the thing dirty. It's a beautiful machine. What do you guys think of this MB track? This is the 1100 intercooler. The biggest spec that I could have got. I'm personally very happy with it. Couldn't be happier with it, in fact. Ploughing's not something I actually do a lot of. I usually leave it to a hired worker because it's a little bit on the tedious side with such a small plough. I don't mind it when you've got a big 6 metre plough or something along those lines, but this thing's only 3 metres, which is kind of painful. Well, you'll be glad to know, Josie, that I previously mentioned to you in just a casual chat we were having at the time, about purchasing a tractor for restoration, it was one of these I was meaning. It's one of these I actually want to get hold of to restore. I think that would be quite cool. Let's see this little bit here I've missed. I actually need to check. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to check the shop for equipment, but I don't want to buy any without actually going down to the shop. 80,000, 342 horsepower though, that's plows are usually quite beefy. What is it we have? I think it's one of these we have. No, it's not, it's this one. 2 meters, we don't even have a 3 meter plow. Let's see. That's the plow I'd usually go for. I like that plow, the Fradisk V at 6,000. 49,800. How much is our plow actually worth? Peanuts. We do have some excess equipment that we don't necessarily need. This is a 4 meter plow. This is probably the one that I'll get for 30 grand. In fact, I think that would be a nice way to end the episode with a new plow. Or end the stream, should I say, it's not an episode. That is quite impressive there, Twisted. We'll sell this plow, pick up the other one, and it's not going to leave us an awful lot of money, maybe about 16,000 give or take. If that. That is something. Don't even have a pallet of wool yet either. Let's take that shortcut. I'll probably get the roller and put a little road in here. And just a little dirt track for us to take as a shortcut. Because we're going to be using that as a shortcut anyway, so it's about having a road on it. Let's go and pick up a John Deere plough and put it a bit of work. It's twice as big as this one. Strictly speaking, we don't have a powerful enough tractor for it. But that's never stopped me before. Let's see, ploughs. It wants 250 horsepower. Let's see if we're able to actually work with it. With 175 horsepower. We probably won't, but that would be a resounding no. But then again, that's a weight problem, not a power problem. So let's buy a front weight. Let's buy a pretty hefty front weight at that. I know we have a couple at the farm, but we need something pretty sizable. Let's go for the 2400. Biggest front weight we can get. MB track's gonna struggle with all this weight. It's kind of guaranteed. Left my door open. Oh dear, that is a heavy front weight. Right, try and balance out with this plough. There we go. And the plough is off the ground. Bonus. Rather the plough be off the ground than the tractor. It's kind of an interesting way to hitch up to a plough, I'd say. A little bit of abuse for the MB track right from the off. It does seem pretty stable, to be fair. Surprisingly stable. And look at that, I guess we'd have about 16,000 left, and that's exactly how much we have. I just want to get this in the field. It doesn't really like it when it's folded out. Let's see what kind of speeds we achieve in a field with it. And I feel like that's the wrong way around for the way I'm about to go. Yes, without a bigger tractor, we're not going to be any quicker. Well, I think our front weight might actually be too heavy. The back wheels are off the ground. Got offline too. Yeah, we're probably going to need a more powerful tractor. Which is fine, that's what we'll do. I'll get this done off camera anyway. And we'll get a more powerful tractor probably in the next stream, and we'll hopefully have enough money through the likes of Sold Milk and things like that, and have a Hurleyman to get rid of as well, so that's going to bring us in a bit of money. So, just as a matter of information, what is a very popular tractor brand in Germany, Josie? I think, off the top of my head, I think John Deere's over there, but I'm not sure how popular they are. And I think Class is actually from there. That's a bonus, because I have a whole heap of fence, and one in particular I kind of like. I was actually planning on using it on my Shamrock Valley stream that I was going to do. It's the... where is it? The Frent 900. Not powerful enough, but let's see. It is powerful enough if we put another 27.5 grand into it. There we go, we need over 100 grand to get that tractor. But I am going to leave the stream here for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. John Deere's, I have loads of John Deere's actually. Loads and loads and loads of them. I think there's a cheap John Deere. With it being a John Deere plough, John Deere's should work quite well with it. I have this one, 730 Premium. Or there's the 7R, very nice John Deere in my opinion. A European spec as well. Not quite powerful enough though. Dutz is also a good brand of tractor. I do like a Dutz. I might be wrong on this one, but isn't Valtra quite popular there as well? I might be wrong on that. That would be a lovely tractor to have, but I'm not paying 313,000 for it. But like I said, I am going to leave this stream here for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and I look forward to seeing everyone in the next stream. The next scheduled Farming Simulator stream is on Monday. I look forward to seeing everyone over there. In the meantime, you can head over to my Discord and check out the bits and pieces I post up there. I do behind the scenes type screenshots, and you can have a general chat with me and things like that. I spend an awful lot of time on Discord, and yeah, it was a good stream tonight, guys. Thanks to everyone who came out, but I will see you all in the next one.